Hello again, everybody. LaShawn here with PacificEast, and welcome to our second installment of tutorial videos for FlexiQuery. For this video, we're going to go ahead and start from the interface, assuming that you've already seen the intro video and you're signed in and ready to get more in depth. Now, the first thing I feel here that deserves more explanation is job codes. This can be used per group of queries to separate work done by different departments or even down to an individual queries level if need be. The job codes in conjunction with each query type can give you or your accounting department a very easy to read statement. Alright, so for the purposes of this video, we're going to skip these queries here on the left. They were covered in the intro video. If you missed that, there's a link to it in the description. And we're going to start with Tellified here. This is actually going to give us some pretty in-depth levels of data verification, and we're going to start with some very public data. Now, the way that this query works is that you provide it with as much information as you can, accompanying a phone number. So phone number, first name, last name, business name, address, city, state, and then it's going to provide you back with a verification level that's going to let you know what amount of that information matched. And once we get our results back, we can see that the word verification is actually a link to a contextual menu. So let's bring that up. We can see here that a verification level of 7 means that the address is confirmed and the phone number was verified. Now, we can't actually get any higher than an 8 because we're using business data. If we were using personal data, then we could get all the way up to a 10. And we can see here that if we change the state to New Jersey, this verification level does reflect that the address no longer matches. It just shows that the phone number is confirmed. And that can be seen in the contextual menu, just as we did with the verification level of 7, right there. All right, and for one more example, we're just going to blank out the last 4 digits here. We're going to make them all zeros, run that, and that's going to change it to a -1. And it's also going to show us a caller ID value of Reno, Nevada. This is going to let us know that we're definitely off the mark. And looking here, we can see that this says that the phone number is disconnected. So as you can see, this can give you some very in-depth data verification capabilities and allow you to catch some things that might otherwise go unnoticed. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the LIA button. And let me just clean up a little bit. So, as stated in the last video, when provided a phone number, this can return the telephone company as well as the service type and ported status. While this might seem similar to Tellified, it is rather different. Where Tellified verifies account information and status, this query looks up more at the type of device assigned and to what carrier. Alright, and up next is our email verification query. Even though the button says email, its function from the one in the previous video is very different. And we're just going to use our test email address for this. This service can give you an idea of how long an email address has existed and its risk level based on several factors. And since statistically there's roughly a 90% chance of fraud when an email address is younger than 30 days, this could prove to be very beneficial in a manual order review scenario. And now let's take a look at our address verification query type. This is going to take the given address and check it against USPS or Canada Post data. The address is verified and checked for syntactical correctness. And we can see here whenever I change one Microsoft Way to one Microsoft Street and then re-execute the query, we can see here on the 4th line that it tells us that a delivery address component has been changed. And on the 1st line, it shows their Microsoft Way, as it should be. Alright, and let me just do a little bit of cleanup. And we're going to move on to our IP query. So we're just going to use a Google DNS as a test here. Now when executing this query, 3 IP-focused data sources are accessed simultaneously. This query can help you determine what is a risky IP address by assessing its likelihood of being behind a proxy or part of the Tor network. These are both methods of obscuring the correct IP address to achieve anonymity and are pretty clear indicators that there's something concerning there. Links to relevant Wikipedia pages are in the description. Alright, and last but certainly not least is the BIN query. So a BIN number is the first 6 digits of a debit card number and can be used to confirm which bank is used or owns a particular card. Entering that information here can allow you to confirm the location of the issuing bank as well as a phone number to call and verify any transactions currently in process. Now, of course, there are many ways that these services can be used to cross-reference data on a client or a potential client. We won't go so far as to try and cover them all, but we do appreciate you watching the video, and if you have any further questions, feel free to call us at 1-800-665-8400 or shoot an email to data@pacificeast.com. Thanks and have a great day.